Welcome to the Bubby Brister Fantasy Football Podcast presented by Mountain Dew Baja Blast. My name is Billy. Bubby was actually stabbed this week in Indianapolis, so he won't be joining us. Nick is filling in. No time to waste. What do you think?
We could dig right in. NFL. I just a thing that's been bothering me is this NFL season has so many injuries. The injury bug is so crazy this year. Like I've never seen it ravage a fantasy season like this one.
Yeah, this generation's just soft. That's how I look at it. Bunch of sissy boys.
Not sissy boys, but I mean it's just crazy. Just all these, and it's a lot of soft tissue injuries. It's like person out for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It's just, are these real injuries or is players not trying to play 17 games?
Yeah, part of it probably is the teams don't want their guys playing 17 games either. And then maybe the drugs aren't as good nowadays, you know?
Maybe. Maybe he's telling. It's definitely an interesting look at it.
They don't want to pump them up full of cortisone anymore, or maybe the team doctors aren't as loose with the, shooting guys up with horse tranquilizers to get them back out on the field.
Right.
After a couple doctor lawsuits and medical malpractice suits, they're like, "Hey, you're gonna have to take a couple weeks off, buddy."
Yeah, you can take some time.
All right, let's start at the bottom this time. So I won't go first. We'll start with Charlie Browntown versus New Day Co-op. Slade is on a slide. He's 2-3, a 3-game losing streak. Jones has won his second in a row. He's got a winning record now. He's 3-2. Slade failed to break 100 points. He got beat 121-99. He took a 0 from Jalen Tolbert. That's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. And Zach Ertz, it's like back to back, boom, boom. It's Jalen Tolbert. He had one target in that shootout, where they absolutely like Dak was going off. He had one target.
Yeah, he's disappointing. I think I don't know if it was last year or the year before, he was kind of like, a hot waiver pickup that never panned out. And I guess that's just who he is. He's just a guy on the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough week. I mean, Kyron Williams, 34 points. He is the Bill Cow of the Rams right now.
Yeah, he should have been a first round pick. He didn't go until 34. Like he should have easily been a top 15 pick.
Yeah, we didn't see him like the Rams revolving their offense around him like that year three. It's third year now, so it's that's something there. It's just tough. New Day is like trying to survive. CD hurt. Roma Duje had a bye. Kyle Pitts Sr. had a bye as well. But he had a path to somewhat win though, because he had Dak Prescott on the bench.
That's the second week in a row he left Dak on the bench.
Right. That's questionable. He's a Dallas Cowboy fan too. That's like even weirder.
I don't know if he's since flipped on the situation, but I know he didn't love Dak for a while. I know he was a Romo guy, and yeah, I wonder if he's coming around on Dak. He's hurting himself these last 2 weeks on fantasy because Jones didn't really tear it up. Giante had another nice week, 19 points, but didn't get in the end zone. Judkins, 21 points. A.J. Brown, disappointing every week. He actually traded him today.
Been cardio. That's all he's been doing. Yeah, he had an interesting interview saying that like he actually called Jalen Hurts out for like missing him. Yeah, he missed me, but if you look at the route, my man definitely slowed down on the route.
One double-digit game in 5 weeks. That's bad. Debo, though, another touchdown, 8 catches, 96 yards. He is the number 7 ranked receiver, and he was drafted 92nd.
Well, I mean, with Terry McLaurin out, he's been handling the reins there. So we'll see what it looks like when Terry comes back.
He traded for Terry McLaurin today from me. I gave him Evan Ingram, Keon Coleman, and Terry McLaurin for A.J. Brown. I wonder if having both Commanders wide receivers in the lineup some weeks is going to, be tough to manage.
Yeah, that's a weird stack. Um, yeah, I wouldn't sign up for that, personally speaking.
They kind of do different things though, so I don't think it's the worst set of team receivers to have.
You're the question is the quarterback is Daniels going to be throwing the ball? He's going to throw 250 plus. He's going to give 250 plus yards a game, is he?
Yeah, they want to run the ball more this year than they did last year. They haven't been able to do it yet, but we'll get to Krosky Merritt later. He didn't play a head coach. Jackson Dart had 25 on the bench. That's fun, but yeah, just not really much in this game. Chase Brown disappointing again for Slade, 13 points, but I guess that's good for him this year.
Yeah, I mean Chase Brown. We'll see what it looks like. Fresh news: Joe Flacco is now a Bengal. So Joe Flacco's played for every single team in that division, which
Except
is
for the Steelers.
oh, he didn't play for the Steelers. You're right. Hmm, that's interesting. There's still time. There's still time.
That's a cool trade by the Bengals, though. I didn't think they were going to be able to get anybody, and not that like Flacco's exciting, but I mean he's a professional, capable quarterback who, at least if it fails, they tried.
If they failed and you try, you should have got Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
That's me failing and trying. Like Jameis Winston, I need a guy who's gonna throw the ball, and yeah. Uh, what's the dude's name that was the quarterback? Recently, I forgot his name, but Brownie. Brownie was playing really bad, really, really bad compared to last year.
yeah.
So, you know, Jameis, you could trust he can get in the game, and he's gonna air that. He's gonna open that offense up. He's gonna open it up at least.
Yeah, you could talk me into either one of those, Winston or Flacco. Like, yeah,
Flacco, you can't talk me into Flacco. Flacco can't move. He cannot move, and the Bengals do not have a good offensive line.
right. It could go very poorly. I saw a stat like outside of that year. I don't know the stat perfectly. I'm gonna butcher it, but outside of that year, Flacco led the Browns to the playoffs. I guess it was 2 years ago. He's like 6-23 in his last 30 starts.
But the Browns that year had a good offensive line. You know what I mean? Like they had pieces. They had a good defense. Like there's a lot of good things the Browns had. The Browns this year did not have the same. And people need to start holding Kevin Stefanski to the fire. Because what he's essentially doing right now for this franchise is malpractice.
I mean, I think that's an ownership thing more than a coach thing.
Yeah, yeah, nah.
They
I'm
got the
looking right
worst
at.
ownership in all of sports.
Do they have the worst ownership? That's a whole nother podcast in its own right. Because
Yeah, they call.
The Miami Dolphins is pretty bad.
Yeah, they're about ready to fire their coach too. Anything else in this game? Kind of a boring game. It's a good thing we got it done first.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I mean, there's a path to win. If he didn't play the Chargers head coach and he played Dak, he could have won.
Yeah, good call. Next up, Art stealing the wins for Spawn. Both teams are 2-3 after this one. Spawn lost his second in a row. Art wins 132-117. Rashard White, 27 points, filling in for Bucky Irving, 2 touchdowns. Brees Hall, 21 points, 113 yards. Carson Wentz to Justin Jefferson. That's a 40-point combo right there. We joked last week that this was a sad stack, Wentz to Jefferson, but the reality is that it plays. Like there isn't one fantasy analyst who would have predicted such a scenario in the preseason. In the 3 games started by McCarthy, Jefferson has 12 catches, 20 targets, 200 yards. In the 2 games started by Wentz, and this is with Jordan Addison back, so competition for targets. Jefferson has 17 catches, 22 targets for 249 yards.
I would say I'm not shocked because uh, Carson Wentz has an arm. Let's not pretend like we don't remember who Carson Wentz was. Like he was on the verge of a huge contract in Philly, and then his knee got blown up, and then his career fell apart for real. That's the best way to say it. You know, Justin Jefferson is that guy. He's really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a really good receiver. He made an amazing catch that was like a good chunk of those yards he has right there. So Justin Jefferson is always going to eat. That's just what it is. Some guys are just alphas. He's an alpha when it comes to that wide receiver stuff, and he's very mature. Like he had in a press conference, he was talking about how Addison was late for practice, and he kind of like ragged on Addison about it. And he has maturity. He's very mature.
Yeah, I trust him more than McCarthy for sure. The Vikings have no reason to trust McCarthy. He's played a possible like 2 games out of 20 in his career. Um, we kind of called this. We said if Wentz was going to resurrect his career, it would be with the Vikings because they just kind of have a history of doing this.
Yeah,
And if I'm Art, I ride it because his only other quarterback on the roster
Aaron
is
Rodgers, and Aaron
no, he
Rodgers
dropped
hasn't.
him. Oh yeah, he has the bye.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw for 300 yards. Carson Wentz threw for 300 yards last week. The previous week, he went through for 300 yards.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun to follow. I think like this is a fun storyline developing in our fantasy league. This
Right,
Wentz to Jefferson combo.
right. And they're gonna have a hard time deciding when JJ's ready to go. Do you keep riding Wentz, who the offense is flourishing more? Right. JJ, as we call that, JJ is not dynamic at all, and that offense is a lot different with him and with Mason, which is crazy.
Yeah. Uh, Maybe if I'm Art, I drop Rogers to pick up McCarthy, so you can kind of hope to keep this thing going. But I don't know. I don't know. Rogers isn't what he used to be, but hey, he's serviceable.
Yeah.
Um, Pittman 14 points with another touchdown. Olave 7 catches, 59 yards. He's funny.
He's getting catches.
On the season so far, he has 54 targets in 5 games.
That's amazing.
No games over 60 yards.
It's the offense because if you scroll down, Rashid Shaheed had 4 catches for 114, so he broke free for a deep ball in that game. So
Yeah, he's fun.
yeah, he's boomer bust. He's your bargain bin JMO.
Yeah. I like that. Um, to spawn here, Drake May didn't throw a touchdown pass, even though the Patriots won the game. So good reality performance, not a good fantasy performance. Only 15
Correct.
points.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams, I'm here to collect. It's time to let him into your heart.
All right. So Javonte Williams is the real deal. He is the real deal. Yeah. The Dallas Cowboys, something about him, he's the next coming of like the next great running backs of Cowboys. I did not 134, 135, 2 total touchdowns. Because he threw a touchdown, didn't he? Or he caught one.
Uh,
He caught a touchdown. I'm
yeah,
thinking
he
some other
caught one.
I'm thinking some other player that did a running back did a passing touchdown. But yeah, he yeah, this offense he flourishes with it. Him and Dak are humming. This offense looks amazing. We thought the Cowboys are going to be really bad with CD down, and now it is a different team. The Dallas Cowboys are kind of exciting to watch.
They might be better since Lamb went down, and then they'll get the boost when he comes back. Like they're going to learn how to play without him, and other guys are going to grow in their roles and get confidence and earn trust from the coaches. And then Lamb will come back, and yeah, like you said, they're fun out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
real fun. Was it D Macardo? Yeah, 81 yards and that illustrious fumble.
Yeah, they should have cut him after the game. Like, get out of here.
And that is such a man. That's tough. Think about it. If DeMarcado hits a touchdown, right? That's 6 plus 6. That's 12 points. You know what I mean? His carries probably won't be shrinked in that game.
Good
It
point.
like
Yeah.
there now you got a ways to win. You know what I mean? He started the Rams defense. He can start the Patriots defense probably, and got the win. So it's just, ugh,
Yeah,
ah,
neither team used a head coach here, so there was a path here for Spawn to win. And Joku had a nice game, 6 catches, 67 yards, a touchdown for 18 points.
yeah, very serviceable, especially with the rookie. He doesn't know how to stretch the ball out. So I think my man's on the clock. The clock to see if he's gonna turn into a pumpkin because my man does not complete throw passes over 20 yards. So that's not gonna work for so long. in the NFL.
And then Spawn had to play this game without Josh Jacobs, without Chuba Hubbard, who was injured, so he didn't have his starting backfield.
Yeah.
And Jacoby Myers, he might be headed to Dumpsville. He
Yeah.
third straight game under in single digits.
Gino was that bad. Gino was really that bad, and I just don't understand. I don't understand.
Yeah, now it's looking like that 2 or 3 year run was the fluke and not the
Right.
resurrection we all wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was fun to hate, and then he got. We'll get to him.
Yeah, we'll get to him. Yeah.
He started for me. You see anything else here? Just a good win for Art.
Good win for Art. Art getting another win. He's at the bottom of the league, so he's getting that win.
Next up is Sweetness 34 versus Renegades of Funk. DeMoss started 0-3. He's now 2-3. He put up 144 on Heater. Heater had 100, so 1 point more than the lowest scorer of the week. Sam Darnold, he picked him up off the waiver wire last second, 40 points, 4 touchdowns, 341 yards.
Going against Tampa Bay defense, that's always a win.
Jonathan Taylor's 3 touchdowns.
Offensive monster this year. He's all points. A fantasy monster, he's a fantasy monster. He's not get all the yards this year, but my lord, when they get within 10 yards, he's turning into Sean Alexander. Get within 10 yards, he's going to score.
That's his second 3 touchdown game of the season. He is the number 1 ranked running back.
No shit. He's probably going to end the season with well over 20 touchdowns. He's on pace.
ATN, another double-digit game, 11 points, 49 yards.
Kind of quiet in that Kansas City game, but it was serviceable.
Devontae Adams, 5 catches, 88 yards. He hasn't had like a blow-up game, but he hasn't like bottomed out either. But he's clearly the number 2 to Nakua.
Yeah, okay. That works.
Pickens, another touchdown, only 2 catches though. He has a touchdown in every game except for week 1. He's the 6th ranked receiver. Brian Thomas Jr., signs of life.
Yeah, signs of life. 4 for 80. Not bad.
12 points. First double-digit game of the year. Sweetness 34, he took a 0 from Bateman. That's tough stuff. Renfro, 1 point. What are we doing here? This is like the replacements.
Yeah, Sweetness team is definitely I look at my roster or my team. We'll talk about when I get there, but man, this roster is tough too. Josh Allen's doing a lot of carrying on his team. Gibbs 20 points, not bad at all. He's consistent. They have a good niche for him in that offense.
Nick Chubb, 16 points, scored another touchdown. We all thought he was dead. We were writing his obituary. Houston with the okie doke and didn't give Woody Marks a bunch of carries.
Jury's still out. That was against the Baltimore Ravens defense, and they are the worst defense in the league.
Right, but why did Marks take such a step back?
Maybe just resting him. He's resting him to let Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb ran that touchdown in. If he didn't have that touchdown run, we're talking less than 10 points.
Do you think the Texans could be showcasing Chubb for a trade?
Maybe, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But I just found it that shocking that Woody Marks went from 17 carries to 6.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. Definitely interested. Interesting to see Keenan Allen here. Is he coming back down to earth? 558.
Yeah, McConkey and Johnston. I don't know. That was a weird game for the Chargers. It's almost like they only played 20 minutes of that game, the first quarter, and then the first 8 minutes of the second quarter, and then Washington just took over. They're like, okay, this is our game now. After Johnston fumbled, so yeah, I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
But McConkey had a better game, so they could all just end up in this weird 6 catches for 60 yards, and then one of them will fall in the end zone because there's no way Quentin Johnson can keep up at that pace.
Right. Right.
Losing head coach for Heater, Butker 4 points, Vikings defense only 8 points. So not a. This was a. What was this? A 9-2 special teams game. DeMoss had 9, and Heater had 2.
Yeah, that's not going to work at all.
Yeah. Anything else here?
No, there's nothing else there. Heater's waiting for. His team's gonna look a lot better after the bye here with Metcalf on a bye, Kraft on a bye, and you got Mike Evans still waiting. He'll be back after the Tampa bye, so his team might do something later.
Yeah. He gets Evans back in there and Metcalf. He's a way better looking lineup. Jake Ferguson, we should have said 7 catches, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's really having fun.
Yeah, he's having a good year, especially Dak. Dak is feeding him.
Number 1 ranked tight end.
Yeah, definitely ranked in points wise, not yards wise.
He has 27 catches the last 3 weeks.
Damn, pretty good.
That is pretty good. Next up, Lionheart versus the Punishers. Lionheart lost their first game of the season, hasn't lost since. He wins this 143-115. Punishers falls below 500. Matthew Stafford, though, against Lionheart.
Yeah, yes, huge game for Stafford. 37 points. That's big. Derrick Henry. Yeah, this Ravens offense with Lamar out is questionable.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, 4 straight game under 50 yards. We mentioned Keenan Allen last game. I forgot to mention he had his 1,000th career catch. 8 games quicker than Marvin Harrison got there. That's impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But yeah, this 15 from Henry looks better than it really was. He only had 33 yards. He did fall in the end zone.
Yeah, definitely there.
That's his second highest scoring game of the season so far.
No.
24th ranked running back. Jordan Mason, another good game, scored a touchdown, 16 points. They were in London in that Browns game. Jalen Waddle, is this something or nothing?
Wouldn't he see another week? Because right now we got to see if Tua wants to throw the ball deep. Because right now he's scared to throw the ball deep. But Waddle 6 for 110 and a touchdown. That's interesting. That's an interesting stat there. Wendell Robinson 5 for 30. He had Hunter Henry there 2 for 46 yards. Yeah. J.K. Dobbins 79 yards and a touchdown. 22 points.
Yeah, Wandale Robinson is not good.
We've learned that if you follow Twitter, Giants Twitter hates the entire receiving corps. They hate everybody. They don't like Wanda Robinson. They don't like Slayton. They don't like anybody.
Yeah, they're bad. Robinson's good if you keep him in perspective. I used to love owning James White in fantasy. He wasn't good, but you could count on him to get you like 12 points every week, which was fine. It wasn't going to win you a week, but it wasn't going to lose you a week either. And that's kind of who Wandale Robinson is, just this like 8 to 12 point guy. I know he had a big game earlier, but that was that weird ass Cowboys game.
Like somebody's got to break out for the Giants wide receiving corps, and no one is between Robinson and Slayton. Was it Hyatt?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, he's the first round draft pick from last year.
I know who it is. I picked him up on waivers today. It's their rookie tight end, Theo Johnson.
And Theo's I don't know if that's a real thing or not, because he's just a red zone threat. So that's.
Was he the first round pick this year?
No, the Giants' first round draft pick was the guy that got hurt. No, that's not that dude was receiver. That was receiver last year. I don't know who the first round draft pick this year was. Maybe Abdul Carter was their first round draft pick.
Yeah, good call. J.K. Dobbins, another big game, 79 yards, another touchdown.
Yep. His fancy special teams though, negative.
Yikes.
12. That's tough.
Yeah, the special teams for Lionheart got 26. So like not a big week, but yeah, doubles 12.
And it hurts because on his bench, he had Baker Mayfield with 36 points. He's very consistent here, have an MVP season. I wouldn't bench him. You just play him. And Sam Laporta, 5 for 92 and a touchdown.
Yeah, this tight end thing, this tight end dance he's been doing the last few weeks, it's getting tricky.
Yeah, because he can't. His running backs are so good that it's hard to fit. Like you can't fit because he had Drake London on a bye, and he could fit. You can't. Yeah, flex position is kind of weird. Like you can't put Sam Laporta there, and it's Sam Laporta could eat sometimes, but not. It's just weird.
Right, he'd be better off if he could put one of his tight ends at wide receiver, but he can't. So maybe think about trading Laporta or Henry for a wide receiver. But
Yeah.
that's
To
tough.
to Lionheart, Jalen Hurts, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. Um, in a losing effort, and he should have been better than that. Christian McCaffrey, 35 points. Shame on the Rams because the Rams had to stop one person and they couldn't.
McCaffrey is having a very good year. Brindle drafted him 7th overall. He's a number 2 ranked running back. Christian McCaffrey will make you feel dumb for drafting him, and then he'll make you feel dumb for passing on him, just
Right.
depending on the year. It's
Exactly.
working for him now. He still doesn't have a rushing touchdown, but he has 3 receiving touchdowns. A lot of targets.
Yes.
25, 32, 43. He's up over 50 targets as a running back through 5 weeks. Like
It's
they are
stupid.
trying to murder him.
Yes. Absolutely. David Montgomery, he's the guy who threw a touchdown. There it is. Montgomery threw a touchdown. He ran one
He's
in and threw one.
he's having a very good season. Outside of last week's dud at 3 points, 11, 16, 33, and 25.
Yeah, David Montgomery, man, props, man. They're making the two running back system work really well.
Yeah, he never looked this good with the Bears.
Right. So, Marvin Harrison Jr., 4 for 98. Um, he had that really good catch. Beyond that, it's just malpractice that Kyle Murray can't get this guy a red zone target.
Yeah, he's doing a little better than we thought he was gonna do. Just shy of 100 yards. Quentin Johnson, 4 catches for 40 yards. He has a Q next to his name.
Yeah, questionable.
That's problematic. Dallas Goedert, 10 points. That's fun. JMO, I mean, 1
One
catch,
for
9
nine.
yards.
That's who he is. That's who he is. That's who you sign up for.
I couldn't live like this.
You sign up for 1 for 9, or you get 4 for 150. That's what you sign up for.
He had 2 catches on 8 targets last week.
It's what you sign up for. This is who he is.
He's the
You know.
50th ranked receiver. Brock Bowers, that's a problem slowly developing. Just a bad Raiders team, bad quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Bowers, no help.
None.
Now he's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt and he's trying to play through the injury, and the injury requires him to sit out. He has to sit out to heal.
Ramondre Stevenson, another good game, 16 points. Only 14 rushing yards, though.
Yeah. Yeah. He had 2 total touchdowns though, so that's what saved it. And he fumbled. Right. Golly. It's tough.
Matthew Stafford passed Phillip Rivers for 8th place on the all-time NFL pass completions list. That's fun.
Yeah. It shows how long he's been playing. He's been playing for a long time, okay?
Yeah. That's it. Anything else here?
That's it.
4 wins in a row for Brindle. That is pretty impressive.
Yeah. He's chugging right along.
That is not easy to do. Next up, this is you. Buck, what you think? You improved to 2 and 3. Brandon falls to 2 and 3. 127, 114.
Upset special, because if you look on paper, this is a loss. This is a loss. I'm taking an L this week.
That running back room, especially compared to Brandon, to his Barkley and James Cook, you have Sean Tucker and Trevor ATN.
Yeah, Trevor not getting the ball ATM. And it's yeah. To Brandon, he had Bo Nix. The Eagles and Denver kind of neutralized themselves. because they were going to play each other really hard. Saquon, down year rushing yards wise, points wise, he's serviceable still. He had a really good he had a 50-yard catch for a touchdown.
Yeah, this is why I didn't want to draft Barkley. You know, especially number 1 overall. Like he's still the 9th ranked running back, and if you drafted him number 1, like he's still producing, but you're definitely underwhelmed.
You're not getting the numbers he had last year.
Yeah, he's just not fun this year either. At least not yet.
Cook, when they play against hard teams, Cook's numbers never look good. It just never looks good when he plays against really good teams. Tough defense at least. Cortland Sutton 8 for 99. T. Higgins 3 for 22. He fell in the end zone. He had a catch and fell in the end zone. He was not getting any targets that last game for real.
You buying Higgins stock with Flacco?
Higgins stock, you could buy some Higgins stock with Flacco because Flacco spreads the ball around. That's the problem because now is you wonder how they're going to spread the ball around. If you're the tight end, Gadecki stock might go up because Joe Flacco like throwing to the tight end.
Oh.
But they had Dalton. He had Dalton Kincaid go for 6 for 108. So a huge game for Dalton Kincaid. For real.
Number 2 ranked tight end.
Jordan Addison 541 touchdown, and that's taking a quarter off.
Yeah, that touchdown was the game winner.
Cooper Kupp on his bench at 11 points, 6 for 59 yards.
Hey, signs of life.
That's the Tampa Bay. That's what happens when you play against Tampa Bay.
We said this last week. Cooper Kupp looks good on a bench, and that's what happened here. Brandon's bench is still like a FEMA situation.
Yeah, it's tough. With Bills defense 7 points, fumble recovery 23 points given, and a losing Bills head coach.
Yeah.
That
Didn't cost
10.
him mathematically. I guess a winning head coach would have got the job done. You played a winning head coach, so that's the 20-point swing right there. You got Tyler Loop from me. I saw you since cut him. He is not going to be a good kicker with Lamar out.
Yeah, it was nice with Lamar, and then without Lamar, yeah, I lost. I lost on this trade. I took a loss.
Not really, because Harold Fannin, like the trade was basically Harold Fannin for Geno Smith. And in that scenario, you have to know that you're losing the trade on points just because a quarterback should score more than, a limited tight end.
Right.
But Harold Fannin outscored Geno Smith. Harold Fannin had a very nice game. He scored a touchdown, 4 catches, only 13 yards, which is weird, but 11 points. But, yeah, he's serviceable.
Yeah. Stroud 244 for 4 touchdowns. Stroud was just going after the Ravens, I guess, revenge for last Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, the Netflix game.
Yeah, that was a disaster.
Yeah, career day for Stroud. That has to make you feel good, right? Is he starting for you this week?
He's on a bye this week.
Oh, and Tua did very well on your bench, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he did really well against Carolina, 256 for 3 touchdowns without Tyreek Hill.
Did you pick up Tua knowing Stroud was on a bye? You were trying to beat the rush because the quarterback waivers is tough stuff.
Yeah, I had to get ahead of it and just kind of, make sure. I've been trying to fiddle around with the quarterback all year. My quarterback room has been bad all year.
Yeah, you and DeMoss. DeMoss figured his out with Darnold this week. I'm sure he's going to hang on to him for a while. No Bucky Irving for you. No Rashee Rice. Jerry Jeudy. Oh my God.
He he had 2 catches for 15. The bright side on that is he had 5 targets. So there's still targets. But what carried my team this week is Mr. Mbuka, 31 points, 7 catches for 163 and a touchdown. He went 7 for 7. He did not miss a pass. He was locked in.
3rd ranked receiver, double-digit points every week. Season high, which means career high because he's a rookie, 31. 25 targets in the last 3 weeks. 2nd 100 yard game, touchdowns in every game except for one. You drafted him at 74. Many people are saying he's the greatest wide receiver in Buccaneers history.
He's on projected right now to be. And I saw somebody, we're talking about Buccaneers real quick. They did say that this year, after the bye week, you'll see Chris Godwin, Mbuka, and Mike Evans on the field. That is the best 3 wide receivers in Buccaneer history ever on the field at one given time.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the best trio in the league.
You know what I mean? And the stock on Baker Mayfield will go fly through the roof because he has nothing but options to throw to.
Bucky too, like how you can't put guys in the box if those 3 receivers on the team with a capable quarterback who is very confident in himself and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Malik Washington, 4 catches for 0 yards. For 0 yards. Incredible.
Yeah, you'd rather see no catches for 0 yards, right?
Right. It's like, how did he even possibly do this? It's crazy. And then my bench looks like Bucky Irvin, he's out. Rice, suspended. I have Benson on my IR spot. A lot of my benches have a lot of, in my fantasy leagues I'm in, have a lot of empty zeros because people aren't playing right now. It's a bad time.
So who were you more disappointed in this week, Sean Tucker or Malik Washington?
I'm gonna give it to Malik Washington because he had 4 catches for 0 yards, but he had 5 targets, so he even missed a throw, and he was just getting negative. Sean Tucker had 3 points, but he only had 3 rushing attempts for 3 yards, and he had actually 3 catches on 3 targets for negative 4 yards. Which is crazy because Sean Tucker could do the job, but I guess it didn't work out for him.
Yeah, he's fun to watch play. I watched one of the games he played last year, and I was just like, you got to get the guy the ball more. But apparently, they didn't think so because they didn't do it this
Seattle
week.
has a tough run defense anyway, so
That's true.
We'll see what it looks like this week coming up.
Anything else in this one?
No, it's an upset in my book because I did not see that winning. Where I go to 2-3, and he goes 2-3, and he lost one. I won one.
Yeah, if you would have lost, you'd have been the only 1-4 team. Like this was not a good week to fuck around. Like,
right.
There is a logjam after the top 2 teams.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Next up is Dead Money versus Smash Hawk. Yeah, Smash Hawk 3 losses in a row. He was 2-0. Now he's 2-3.
Which is
he
crazy.
Lost a tough one here. Oh, and Dead Money was 0-2, and now he's 3-2.
Yeah, it's a hell of a turn.
It's like I don't know. It's like a movie where trading places. It's trading places.
Yeah, essentially. Now I'm rich and you're poor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Freeman. He was the first team we dubbed a problem team, and we got that wrong. But he does have a huge problem here. He lost to Amari Hampton.
Yeah, his team has been slowly deteriorating away here. Daniel Jones, right? Hot-handed Daniel Jones here, 212. 212, 2 touchdowns. Hampton being out for IR maybe 4 to 5 weeks. Tony Pollard, 6-7 yards and a touchdown. Consistent.
Yeah, he's consistent. Jamar Chase, signs of life, 6 catches, 110, 2 touchdowns. You buying stock with Flacco?
And I have to probably sell it with Flacco because Flacco is not going to throw him 10 times, 10 targets. You understand the Jacksonville game where he had 36 points? He had 16 targets.
He's a 7th ranked receiver, but that's only his second double-digit point game. He has basically 2 blow-up games and then 3 duds.
Right. You know what I mean? And that's where it's like the next matchup against Green Bay, which is a good defense. It's going to be bad times. I don't know, man. That's tough. Garrett Wilson, though, kind of surprised. Garrett Wilson's kind of steady with 19 points.
31 targets in 3 weeks.
It's very that's solid for Garrett Wilson. I wouldn't. He's ranked number 5 wide receiver. I wouldn't picture that with the way the Jets offense is, you wouldn't see that.
Yeah, he's living up to the hype finally. It took a couple years, but it looks like he's getting there. Kelsey, 7 catches, 61, and a touchdown, 19 points. He's the 6th ranked tight end, so I mean, it's not pretty, but he is getting the job done to some extent.
Right. Somebody has to in Kansas City.
He is playing Eric Oyinaminer from the Titans. This is fun.
Yeah, I think he took a flyer pick on that guy because his targets have been saying that he should be getting better because he's like 7 targets a game, and last past game was his lowest target total and only had 2 catches. So
Yeah, he had a good week 2 and 3. He had 15 points in week 2 and then 13 points in week 3, and then it's just 6 and 3 points the last 2 weeks. So like, the clock struck midnight on that guy.
I mean, he had to do something. I mean, he wasn't going to start Travis Hunter. I haven't really doing anything, so it'd been foolish for him to start him with not seeing any type of like sign of life from Travis Hunter.
He won with a losing head coach. He played the Ravens head coach. Smash Hawk opted for no head coach.
It's definitely a play, but he had the Colts defense like 25 points.
Yeah, the Raiders didn't even score a touchdown against the Colts,
which is tough.
He lost Brenton Strange, his backup tight end, who he was high on.
Yeah.
I guess not a big loss if you already have Kelsey, but I know he did like him. He traded back for him.
He was getting a lot of targets. He was going double digits for like last 2 games prior.
He was kind of safe in that Fannin mold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really not much more here for dead money. 36 points from Fields for Smash Hawk. Jaden Daniels is his quarterback again. But Fields did pretty good for him filling in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, not bad.
70 points the last 2 weeks from Fields.
Can't ask for anything better than that. Yeah, I can't ask for anything better than that.
Scottaboo, 19, 59 yards and a fumble.
He's coming back down to earth.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what they do when Tracy comes back. I don't think Scottaboo's done enough to like erase Tyrone Tracy, but
right. Yeah,
Tracy's still young too. It's not like he's taking carries from a young guy. Like he is a young guy.
Tracy has upside. You know what I mean? We've seen him do it.
This is his 2nd year, right?
Right.
Yeah. Woody Marks. This was a shocker. 7 carries a week after having 17.
Which is crazy.
In a game they had every excuse to run the ball after a while.
I guess because Marks, they use him for like passings like that, so I guess they didn't have no need to really use him third down back when they're just destroying the Texans.
So he was a hot waiver claim across fantasy football last week because of the 17 carry, 69 and a touchdown game, and now he is a negative 11 on roster ownership because of this last week.
Ugh, terrible.
McMillan, 6 catches, 73 yards. Brindle lost that trade, JMO for McMillan.
Yeah, McMillan is consistent. He's their number 1.
Godwin, he's got a Q next to his name. He only had 3 catches, 26 yards, 5 points. What's this Q about?
Godwin has something you got to monitor here. He's going to be, we'll know more Thursday practice. I guess something a little flare up on his leg or something like that. But it's nothing. It said Bowl says a little something, but nothing major. So it might be kind of they let him just kind of sit him out. I guess he's older. He's come back from injury. We'll see what it goes.
Yeah, this might be a slow build for him to ramp up this year. Like, you might be waiting until
after their bye, like week
mid-November, to be like, okay, Godwin's up and running. McBride, no touchdown, so only 9 points.
We know how it goes.
He did trade for Darren Waller, though. He had him on his bench, 5 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Deal or no deal? Like, something or nothing?
I think he trusts McBride over Waller. That's what it is, the trust. McBride, he's guaranteed to like start, and he's guaranteed to get at least 7 targets a game. He's been averaging no less than 7. The problem is what kind of value is he getting on these catches, and he's not getting like those like huge yardage games like he did before either. He hasn't broke 80 yards yet this season.
Yeah, he's not a red zone threat. He's not a yak guy. He's not a he's just basically catching the ball
It's Kyler
and
Murray's fault,
falling
man. It's
down.
Kyler Murray's fault. Damn
If
it,
you
Kyle
had
Murray.
if you had Darren Waller, would you try and trade McBride for a receiver or a running
Ooh,
back?
that's interesting. To get somebody get some quality, you could probably get a good uh, not first tier, but definitely a second tier running back.
Yeah, because you just see the name Trey McBride come through in a trade offer. Your first instinct is you got to talk yourself out of that because you're like, oh, I can get the number one drafted tight end. It wasn't that long ago since we had the draft. I know, the minute the draft ends, it doesn't matter where they were drafted.
He's position ranked 4, so I mean he's not bad.
Yeah, there's always somebody looking for a tight end.
Right.
Great play here with Michael Carter.
Yeah. Yeah. That he took a nice little throw a little dart on the board there for Carter, 51 yards and a touchdown. And he had Carter had some receiving value as well. Whatever, 5 catches for 22 yards. So hopefully pad the stats there. And without playing a head coach, he got 20 points on his special teams.
Yeah, 18 points from the kicker. He 3 field goals, 5 extra points. He had to drop them though because he's just bye.
Tough. Well, I mean, it might be Fairbairn. That might be kind of a fluky game too, because it can't against the Ravens. Which, jeez.
Jadon Blue was active for the first time this season. Only 7 yards from the Cowboys. He's probably back to Dumpsville.
Yeah, he's is Jadon Blue going to be the guy over Miles Sanders?
I doubt it. Not while they're winning.
My question is, why does he have Jalen Coker in his IR spot? What's the value in this?
He's since dropped him.
Okay.
Yeah, he dropped him just tonight, actually, a couple hours ago.
What's the value here?
Maybe he had him as McMillan insurance. I don't know.
Oh, I think he picked up Christian Watson. That's why. I remember seeing that come through.
Just another Green Bay soup receiver, though.
Yeah.
I thought Watson was going to break out 2 years ago, and it never happened.
Yeah.
You know what? Remember that week 1 game? Rodgers hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it. I feel like his career never recovered.
He's got Green Bay and start over because it's just that the ghost of that drop forever lives. Because he was wide open. Aaron Rodgers hit him in stride, and Aaron Rodgers was so pissed off with him, and it was like, dude, that's it.
Wide open, a rookie ready to make a big name for himself. He was a fantasy darling that year.
Yeah, you were hyped up. You're the first round draft pick Packers had. You're receiver in forever, and this is what you did in the first game.
Went to Notre Dame, and then his pants fell down. I don't think he's ever recovered.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I never really looked at it that way, but yeah, he needs to change the scenery.
Sunday night football too. It wasn't just a Sunday afternoon game.
Yeah.
All eyes were on. It was either the Thursday night game of that week 1 or Sunday night. It was a big spot. He blew it, and
it was at the beginning of the Aaron Rodgers collapse.
that caused his mental breakdown.
Yeah, that was it. It was it. Aaron Rodgers was never the same after that.
Yeah. Just trading places here. I don't see anything else.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Next up is my game. I lost a winnable game for the second week in a row. I lost 149-143. Part of it's my fault for playing RJ Harvey over Krosky Merritt, but I don't really kick myself over that one. I really blame Geno Smith's 10 points here.
Yeah, that's unexcusable. There's so many quarterbacks. If you start any other quarterback except him, you'd have won.
I was debating Darnold too.
If you started any other quarterback, you'd have won. Any other
Rattler.
One. You could start a Rattler, you'd have won.
Dylan Gabriel.
Gabriel, you'd have won. Yeah, the Panthers quarterback, you'd have won. Anybody else, you would have won. Geno scored 10 fucking points.
Yeah, no touchdowns, nothing. It was bad.
2 picks. That's even more negative points. It's dude, what are you doing, bro? Forever, Geno should not be picked up at all. Go to purgatory in fantasy.
Yeah, I'm done with him. I'll never pick him up again. He can go home. What's his name can punch him in the face again? The Jets guy.
I remember that. You had Rico Dow was like fantasy monster of the week here.
Yeah, 206 yards, a touchdown, 39 points. So that's one reason why I don't kick myself for playing Harvey over Krosky Merritt. Because Krosky Merritt, he had 90 combined rushing yards in his previous 3 games. He had 111 yards in this one. So I'm glad I got to learn he's finally startable. He was also dropped in 10% of leagues this last week. So, like, I'm not the only person who didn't play him. Other people were dropping him. He was down to 71% ownership. But, yeah, I mean, that easy path to victory there. Kareem Hunt, I could have played him over Harvey. I just got excited about Harvey, and it was dumb.
Yeah, Cream Hunt would have been an interesting pick, interesting start over RJ Harvey, but I mean, I can see it.
Yeah, I had been playing Hunt, and he's just not exciting anymore. But he did score 2 touchdowns on my bench. But I should talk about the guys who did step up. Dowdle, like career day. He's at least ownable now in fantasy leagues. We'll see how the Chuba Hubbard situation plays out, but
Right.
like they're still going to play Dowdle now to some extent.
Yep.
St. Brown, 100 yards, 8 catches. Stephon Diggs, 10 catches, 146 yards. I traded for him at the exact right time.
Yep. Stephon Diggs. I don't know if is this the candle that flickers before it goes out, or not? I mean, he played against a team, his previous team, so he probably had a lot to prove there.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if I'm gonna predict 10 catches for 146 anymore. But it's good to see life from him.
Yeah, a lot of people were down on him. I hadn't given him up. He's up to the 20th ranked receiver. He has 40 points the last 2 weeks. Like, he's must start for me now every week.
He had Evan Ingram, 4 catches, 33 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he's since been traded. He did pretty good for me here. I was really kicking myself for trading Waller because he exploded like the first 2 quarters, and Ingram did nothing till the 4th quarter. But yeah,
Right.
Ingram had a good game for me in his 1 week on the team. Kenny Walker, 13 points. That's 86 yards, 10 carries. That's
Against Tampa Bay running defense, it's all you could ask for, really.
yeah. We didn't talk about Charbonnet. He's on the other side. He got 36 yards and a touchdown, 13 points.
Yeah,
The Seattle backfield was each of our flexes.
which is interesting, and they scored the same amount of points, which is hilarious.
5 points from the Eagles D, 6 points from Dicker, the kicker. Did have the winning head coach with the Vikings. That's another thing. If Addison doesn't catch that touchdown, like, I'm not even in this game.
Right. Yeah, it's not even to talk about. That's interesting. And you had Calvin Ridley, 5 for 131.
Yeah, he's my 4th receiver now. I've made a bunch of trades this year, and I really like my team now. I feel like I have depth at every position, and Ridley as a number 4, especially after this game, I'm good to go with that.
Calvin Ridley is straight hell. He's not super hell, but he is hell because like it just my man, he had 10 targets, only caught 5 of them. It's like, dude, what are these balls you're not catching, man?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not excited to own him. I don't want him in my lineup, but I think as a 4th receiver, I could do worse. But he's up plus 3.9% in leagues this week, so people are starting to get excited about the talented Mr. Ripley again.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Yeah, Jordan won this game though, fair and square. He's 4-1. He's tied with Lionheart for first place. Mahomes, I was up 37 points going into Monday night. Mahomes got 34. I was kind of hoping to get one of these dud games from Mahomes, but
Yeah.
he has 73 points the last 2 weeks.
Mahomes, man, I'm scared that will Mahomes survive the season because Mahomes is putting himself in danger this year, doing a lot of running compared to Houston in the past.
Yeah, he had 6 carries for 60 yards, a touchdown in this one. He's the number 2 ranked quarterback now. Yeah, he's back, at least from a fantasy perspective. The Chiefs are
compared to last year, hell yeah, he is.
Especially if the Chiefs are be playing from behind a lot now and have no running game, like he has no choice but to put the team on his back.
A Chain, 20 points. Yeah, 16 yards carrying.
Yeah, he's gonna have a tough time running the ball with Hill out. That's for sure. Kamara, not a good game either, but he did manage 10 points. There's rumors Kendre Miller's going to be the go-to guy in New Orleans.
I mean, it's way slowly turning into that because they've been sharing the ball, and Alvin Kamara has never really shared the ball.
That's not true. His first couple years, he wasn't the number 2, but he was like the 1A to like Mark Ingram.
Right, and it's like 1A. I'm talking about sharing, like 1-2. Like Alvin Kamara now has that Q, and it's like he got injured at practice today, actually. So we'll monitor this injury, and he's a bit older side. Alvin Kamara's contract saying that he won't be on the team next year. So they might just move to the younger guy and see what the younger guy got. They have nothing to lose.
He doesn't fit their timeline anymore. He did pass Marcus Allen for 5th place with 588 catches. Can
Yeah.
you name the 4 running backs ahead of him in catches?
Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, he's number 1 with 767.
I'm probably gonna get this one wrong. Let's say Damian Tolson.
624 for 3rd place. Now the next 2 are not on the level of the first 2 you named.
Edrin James.
Nope, not on the level of those guys. Like these
Not
are
on the level.
these are like forgotten names.
Oh man, what? Would it be the guy? What was the Niners running back? Remember that guy back in the 80s?
Roger Craig.
Yeah.
That's a good guess, but no, it's not them. I'll give you the
them.
teams. One guy was a Cardinal.
No. It's not Emmitt Smith, so I don't. That's the only Cardinal running back I know. Next,
this was Larry Centers.
Larry Centers. Was he a fullback?
He was like an H-back, like a halfback. He had 761 catches.
Yeah, he's like, I remember seeing this. I remember seeing that somewhere. I was like, wasn't he like a fullback or some shit?
The next one was a fullback type. There's no way you're gonna get it. Former Eagle, former Patriot. He had like giant shoulder pads.
Nope, not at all. Not drawing it. Nope, don't know who that is. Next,
Keith Byers.
Keith Byers. Wait a minute, I've heard that name before. I'm thinking John Byers.
Byers ice cream.
Byers ice cream.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's a fun list.
Man,
but another guy who catches a lot of passes is Puka Nacua. Another 10-catch game.
Yeah, it's just 10 catch for 85 yards. Something about these catches. There's a lot of stat padding here. A lot of stat padding.
Yeah, I wish he didn't do it this week because he was a big part of Jordan's win. Devontae Smith, 8 catches, 114 yards. Is he the new number 1 in Philly, or is this just something that'll shake out over time?
He kind of might be, because if he keeps his mouth shut and don't bash his quarterback, he might actually get the ball and run his routes, complete his route. You know, we'll have to monitor that, because there's no way they're going to let Devontae just start blowing up and AJ Brown going to like watch this and be like, this sucks. All right, I'm cool. I'm going to be a good soldier and watch that. No, AJ Brown's going to complain and try to get traded.
Yep. Puka is on pace for 177 catches, 1,999 yards. No one has ever had 2,000.
Calvin Johnson came close.
So 177 catches would shatter the record of 149. Do you remember who broke the record? Who has the record of 149? He said it in 2019.
2019, right. So that guy took Marvin Harrison's one. Marvin Harrison had the record before him.
Oh.
And that record was taken by Devontae Adams.
The record is Michael Thomas in 2019 with 149. I forgot about that.
Michael Thomas. I thought it was Devontae Adams. Damn. I knew it was a tall guy. Yeah, Michael Thomas did get that in 2019. It was all cheap shit, too. He was like, Drew Brees was just throwing everything to him. And it was like, dude, you're throwing. That's why people get joking, call him Slant Boy, because he's a little slant. And he'll catch a ball 6-7 yards. That was it.
He wasn't even doing slants, though. He was doing like like one step in a slant or just like a button hook or yeah,
Right.
I hate Drew Brees.
Yeah, bitch ass. Hell yeah. God.
Anything else here for Jordan? Tyler Warren, another good game, touchdown,
Tyler Warren had a really good game.
double
And
digits
mm-hmm.
every game except for one for Warren.
Mm-hmm.
His bench
Yeah.
sucks.
I mean, it's tough right now. Ayuk is out. Mixon's still out. Golden should be dropped. You know what I mean? It's tough.
Yeah, good win for him. I wish he had played a head coach that lost. Or I wish Geno Smith would have done anything. You got a player of the week?
Player of the week for me is Mbuka, man. Strong week for the rookie right here. This is breakout game for real. Without him scoring that, really, I don't think I would have won at all. I thought Stroud was gonna have a strong game against Baltimore defense, but him and Buka doing that against Seattle's defense, and he was getting anything and everything he wanted really that game. Um, 31 points helped me go over the top.
Yeah, if I had won my game, I would have given mine to Dowdle, but that didn't happen. I'm gonna give mine to your guy, C.J. Stroud.
Oh wow.
4 touchdowns, 40 points. Like he had 42 points in the previous 2 games before this. Like he went 12, 18, 17 in the first 3 weeks of the season.
Mm,
So
wow.
yeah, this was big for him.
Yeah,
He
huge.
doubled his touchdown total. He went from 4 touchdowns in the season to 8 after this game.
Okay.
He hasn't thrown an interception in 2 weeks.
I know, right? But I feel like he's scared to throw the ball.
Yeah, he should be better. Hopefully, he can build off this. But yeah, you hit dueling player of the week. So this was a big week for you. To the standings, Lionheart and Jordan 4-1 each, and then there are 3-3-2 teams, and then there's like 25 2-3 teams.
Right. It's the sea of 2 and 3s. We're just out here. I've never seen us that. That's so crazy. It's not pretty because that means when it comes to playoff time, it's going to be a log jam based on like points and points, and that's gonna be deciding, splitting hairs on who has enough points and everything else. Because when you look at it, like for example, I'm second to bottom at 2 and 3 because my points uh, four is 601. You know, but then up there in the 3 and 2 category, you see like you got dead money sitting at was 612 points. So it's like it's gonna be splitting hairs where Lionheart is clearing above, and Spawn has like at 2 and 3, and he has 730 points. He scored the most points, but he has the most points scored against him too. So it's tough.
Yeah, that's brutal. Whenever you're getting just points against every week. A weird thing here for me, I am 1 slot ahead of Smash Hawk. We're both 2-3. We have a combined 5-game losing streak between the 2 of us. I have scored 668 points. He has scored 658 points. But for some reason, his playoff percentage is double mine. His playoff percentage is 51. Mine's only 23.
I guess they're seeing the writing on the window, the potential of this person turning it around.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
That's
don't know. I have the lowest. I have the lowest with you. Me and you both have 23% chance to make the playoffs.
man,
It's
dicks.
real tough, right? But my points for and my points against is separated by 1 point, 601 and 600. So all my matchups have been very close, and I'm not scoring a lot of points.
Not much movement in the power rankings. They're dumb.
Yeah,
They're
they're
worse
dumb.
than the playoff percentage.
Yeah, it's cool seeing the beginning, and then after that, it's like, all right, fuck you.
It's almost not even worth checking again till the end of the year. So that takes us to the Hall of Famer. This is my week. There was some controversy after last week. A bunch of people reached out after your induction of Terrell Pryor. He was referred to as a one-hit wonder. Now, somehow the term one-hit wonder has become derogatory. You know how many bands would kill for just one hit? You could tour for 40 years with one hit song.
It depends on that one hit, okay? Because you can't turn around for 40 years off like Chumbawamba off one song, okay? But if you're Skilo, you can.
But you could join one of those like 90s nostalgia tours and tour with one of those for 40 years. Like, some of my favorite bands have no radio hits. Like Less Than Jake, one of the greatest bands of all time. Like, they don't have any radio hits.
Yeah, you are a Less Than Jake fan. You are right. You are one of those. Seen him at the Norva.
I just saw him last month, actually. But yeah, I understand Pryor's induction. I wouldn't have put him in myself, but you have to have some room in your Hall of Fame for some fun and unconventional careers.
He's like I said, he's not getting a jacket, but he's getting a plaque. Like, hey, you got to have a hallway lead to the room. So this is what the hallway leads to the room of like, ooh, remember this? Remember this year? Remember that year you had?
But this week's edition was already named in this episode. Did you catch who it was?
Not at all. I mean, unless you're including Michael Thomas.
Not this week, but he is Hall of Fame worthy. This is Marshall Faulk, the 2003 Madden cover boy.
Okay.
He played for the Colts from 94 to 98 and the Rams from 99 to 2005. Super Bowl champion, 2000 NFL MVP, 3-time Offensive Player of the Year, NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, 3-team First Team All-Pro, 3-time Second Team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, NFL rushing touchdowns leader in 2000, 2-time NFL scoring leader in 2000-2001, Burt Bell Award, St. Louis Football Ring of Fame. That's depressing. Like,
yeah, that's
his
not
whole
good.
Rams career is kind of
either
gone
Ring of
now.
Fame, right?
Like,
yeah,
you did this in St. Louis. You didn't do this in LA.
right. He got to be in the
Colts-
Rams. He's in the Rams hall, like the Ring of Honor. It has to be.
Oh, the LA Rams have his number 28 retired, but he's in the Colts Ring of Honor, the 92 Jim Brown Award winner, 2-time All-American. He was a San Diego Aztec, right? San Diego State.
Yeah.
12,279 rushing yards, 100 rushing touchdowns, 767 receptions, 6,875 receiving yards, 36 touchdowns. He's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Jeez.
Part of the greatest show on turf. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, Marshall Faulk.
Well deserved, man. Well deserved. Marshall Faulk. What I remember about him is he was a smooth operator on the field. Like he wasn't gonna run you over, and he did everything that Brian Westbrook did, but better. Like Brian Westbrook saw him and was like, I could do that, but not as good as that. He just made it look. He caught the ball. I mean, it was him and Kurt Warner on that like
great blocker too.
Yeah, great underrated blocker actually. The dig routes, like he would just run and then go dig right into the middle of the field, and Kurt Warner throw the ball at him. It's like 7-8 yards. It was automatic with Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt. It was just you couldn't stop that offense.
I still followed college football when he played college. I remember wanting him to win the Heisman that year. I knew it was like a long shot because the college he played for. But I lived in Pennsylvania back then, and that's when Jerome Bettis was traded to the Steelers from the Rams, and we were all like, "What the fuck? What are the Rams doing?" And then they drafted Marshall Faulk, like that next day or whatever after that Bettis trade,
which is crazy because it's rare that two teams like you make out well doing that. And you traded Jerome Bettis, a Hall of Fame running back, and you drafted another one immediately, which is crazy.
Wait, that timeline doesn't add up. Because he was a Colt first.
Unless it was like Marshall Faulk got traded and then Marshall Faulk got traded and Jerome Bettis got Jerome Bettis got.
I think it was Faulk got traded to the Rams and then the Colts drafted Edgerrin James. Who did the Rams replace Bettis with then?
I thought the Rams traded him. I thought they picked up what's name.
Yeah, he didn't go to the Rams till '99. So I made this whole thing up.
My God, here we are.
There was somebody that the Rams did something with that pick.
I thought
Lawrence Phillips. That's what it was.
Oh no. And that's why
He
I don't know.
didn't.
He's a convict, Lawrence Phillips.
He will not be in the Fantasy Hall of
He will
Fame.
not be.
It was Lawrence Phillips. I didn't. I found that out before I looked it up. It came to me. Yeah.
Oh no.
Wow. That guy was something else.
Yeah.
Look up his career, kids.
Yeah. Jeez.
He ran over a bunch of kids with his car. Remember that?
It's not a good time. It's not a good time.
So we'll leave everybody on that. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, man. Have a great day, guys.